You know, right before class is always the most stressful time for my ego. Because I always want to give it better and more clearly than I ever do. You know, I always feel like I could do better. I could be more loving. You know, how can I reach you? How can I be a benefit? How can I more get past the blocks in me and the blocks in you? All that goes through my mind where I'm trying to find where my mic cord is. So I'm dealing with that too. Because I just want to be a better example of the love of God every time I stand up in front of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amen.
That's why I was born.
Yeah.
But I'm not special. So that's why you were born too. You know what I mean? So every time, and I want to have fun, but then I know fun can be scary. So I emphasize it, just be myself.
Oh!
Rather than myself. So I'm going to warm up about 2 or 3 minutes with some Course in Miracles workbook lessons, and you can just listen and just let yourself breathe, and let's go into our special world, the world where we are. Right? Okay? Okay. Oh yeah, I also feel dramatic. So that you know I feel dramatic. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we about to get into a little hot and sweaty in this room. Ladies, let's go. Soldiers, let's go. Let me talk to y'all, just, you know, be a little situation. Listen. Get hot every time I come through when I step up on the spot. Make the place sizzle like a summertime cookout. Yes, I'm on the lookout. So very shorty like a belly dancer with it. Smell good, pretty skin, so gangsta with it. No tricks when we diamonds on my sleeve. Give me the number, but make sure you
Forgiveness is the key to everything. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. 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 See that? That's so good. Forgiveness offers me everything I want. 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 I thank my Father for His gifts to me. I thank my Father for His gifts to me. Let me remember I am one with God. Let me remember I am one with God. In quiet, I receive God's word today. In quiet, I receive God's word today. Woo! 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 I like this. All that I give to myself. All that I give is. That feels so good. Sometimes I can't do the downward dog, but in the past somebody called me a downward dog. I don't understand. All that I give is given to myself. All that I give is given to myself. See, I'm giving some joy and some boogie and some funk to myself. I'm giving it. I'm giving it. Don't you wish your girlfriend was atonement for myself. I will accept atonement for myself. I will accept love for myself. What you say? I will accept love for myself. Okay. I will accept love for myself. 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 We will accept love for ourselves. We will accept love for ourselves. Oh, all right. Got your inner funk child going, didn't I? We're going to talk about the fear of happiness that we have that is so great that just the hint of having it, the Course in Miracles says we might go into intense depression and kill ourselves. That deep? We get some glasses so I can see. Okay. I've so forgotten that I'm an unlimited spiritual being that I actually think I need little pieces of glass before my eyeballs before I can see. That's how much I've forgotten who I really am. That's okay. Just since I started using these glasses to look at the truth. See, it's all about the purpose you use it for. You see? So, so we left off with the paragraph that says, healing will always stand aside when it would be seen as a threat. And I want you to think about that. Your happiness will always stand aside whenever you see your happiness as a threat. Now, how can you tell if you are the type of person that's afraid of happiness?
Miserable?
You're miserable. I wish I could make it deeper than that. Actually, see, it's not that I'm not prepared. It's that I follow guidance moment to moment. Okay.
All right.
So if I had planned something before I got here, I'd be in the future. So we can slide this over too if we need some more room. Seems like a pattern was broken. Interesting.
Are you in the teacher's manual? Where are you?
I'm in the teacher's manual. I'm in this part of the teacher's manual called "Is Healing Certain?"
Thank you.
See, I got my iPad. That's it.
I know.
Because I can make the fonts 342.
Is healing certain?
Yes, I certainly hope so.
That's on page 20.
Okay. I'll say it again. The teacher's manual. Your healing will stand aside. Picture that. Your healing will stand aside. Whenever your healing is seen as a threat. Your abundance will stand aside whenever abundance is seen as a threat. No. But the instant you welcome it, it's here. So if you want something to be here, you have to welcome it. If I sit down, it's going to get more deadly. Then I won't be concentrating on my feet. Could I give y'all 35 years of obsession with A Course in Miracles? Could I do 35 years for you? Okay, just remember, you don't have to believe anything I say. Accept it or welcome it. Some of the things I say are going to be hard to believe, hard to believe, hard to believe. Some of the stuff I say is going to startle you, maybe. But if you use it, you'll see that it works. So I'm not trying to convert anyone in here. I'm too self-absorbed to take up that much time. So if you want something, the instant you welcome it, you'll have it. The instant you welcome it, it says you'll have it. And where healing has been given, it will be received. That means that when you really give it to yourself, you'll always know it. Because at that point, whatever it is, you'll have it. So at the point you have something, it's actually the same point you gave it to yourself. Up until then, you were planning, affirming, I'll say that again. Giving and receiving is instantaneous. It doesn't take time. So by the time something happens, it happened exactly when you gave it to yourself. The rest of the time you were planning, you were thinking about it. You know. Put my zip up here for this be a deeper class than I thought. But y'all would be healed. You won't even have so much as a sniffle. Ever again. Ask some of the immortal women walking around today. When you laugh too much, people think you're crazy. That's how low our happiness threshold is. Sometimes I like happy right just means you reach your limit. That's the thing. Yeah. So if you say you reach your limit, you think everybody's limit should be reached. You know, I think like that sometimes. I want everybody. I just cut to the case. I just cut to the case.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm making up words and stuff. This is the best time. I had the best time with you. My best times are with you. You know that? I just want you to know that. Happy as I am is when I'm with you.
Thank you.
I can only take an hour of happiness. Mess with me, that. It took me 35 years to get to that. And I'm proud. And the Course in Miracles says, if you do me slowly, that's how you get me. Everybody likes to rush through the Course. Just go ahead. You stalking around. Go ahead. Get to the next sentence. Go ahead. I just want more that I can forget faster. Okay. So that means to me that whenever I experience the healing, whenever I experience the happiness, whenever I experience the end of fear, the Course defines the end of fear as what the word healing means. It's not about that you get that medicine for that wound. Your healing is when you end some fear that you have. Now, the minute you give yourself something, you receive it right then. And what is time before the gifts of God? If the Creator is infinite and infinitely powerful, why should anything the Creator wants to happen take time? It's not like God saying, oh, I'll get back to you next Thursday. You know, sometimes the Course in Miracles says it helps to talk to us as if God and everything is separate, even though people get like, what you mean, that's talking like God is separate. Because he says we see things as separate. You see yourself as separate from me, I see myself as separate from this floor. So the Course in Miracles says, what I'm going to talk to you is if things are separate, even though they aren't, so that you can understand faster. Is that okay? So when I say stuff like if God said next Thursday, don't take it personally, just making a point. You know, that the Course in Miracles is asking us, if we have a gift that's coming from that which created us, why should it take time to receive it? Because you are trying to give it to yourself. And anything you try to do takes time. That's how you can tell what you're trying to do from what God is doing through you. We have referred many times in the text, we've referred many times to the storehouse of treasures laid up equally for the giver and the receiver. There's a storehouse set up for you. There's a treasure storehouse. It's like little birds in the nest. That was so cute. Everybody's like using, just being regular stuff like this. And then I said, the treasure storehouse. It is laid up equally for who gives and who receives. So it's as blessed to receive as it is to give. It's as blessed to receive as it is to give. It's okay to receive. It's okay to receive. It's okay to receive. Close that door for me, please. There's some serious dishwashing going on. It's funny, when my ego is trying to distract me from the truth, I have hearing like some creature from another planet. I can hear a pin drop in City Park because that distracts me away from this moment. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even think you're hungry until you come in here. And then you come in here and all of a sudden you just want to eat everybody. So how can you tell a gift that comes from God or the Creator that feels better for you, and the gift that you're giving yourself? The Course in Miracles says not one is lost. That if it's a gift that's coming to you from love, if it's a gift that's coming to a person from something that's real, the way you will know it is because you can't lose a gift that comes from love. You can't lose 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 love. So in the love you thought you lost wasn't real love. No wonder we get so sad. We keep losing stuff that's not even anything but loss. We so good we can lose loss. Or be upset because loss isn't lost. I guarantee you, I will sit up here and will guarantee everybody that's listening to me that you will let the past go. I can say it with total confidence. Don't worry. Now people work really hard to make they're trying to let go of their past. I guarantee you that will be something you will absolutely succeed at. Because how can you not let go what's already gone?
Can you say that one more time?
How can you not let go of something that's already gone? See, people always want to let go of the past. The past means gone. It's over. It's done. And they're trying to let it go. It's kind of funny when you think of it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's already gone. You don't have to work on letting go of your childhood. Like in my case, it was gone a long time ago. My childhood is a distant, distorted memory. You can go ahead and open it up because the longer you take to open it, the more it crinkles. Go ahead and open it. Because I appreciate he was trying to be careful, but it was going without the batching and I told you I got it in my ears. I can hear everything. Don't you fart. I don't know who it was. Spiritual people don't fart. No. But if they do, it sounds like this. So you can always tell the gift of God because whatever you get from God, whatever you receive from love, only increases. So anything that's real increases. And it says no teacher of God, you should not feel disappointed if you offered healing to someone and it doesn't appear to have been received. Don't be disappointed if you try to offer love to someone and it looks like they didn't receive it. Don't be disappointed when you try to give your love to somebody and they don't accept it. Don't be disappointed when you try to love somebody and it doesn't seem to work out. Don't be disappointed if you try to love somebody and it looked like it didn't work out. Don't be disappointed if you offered healing to somebody and it doesn't look like it's been received. I'm letting go of a lot of disappointment behind that statement. Because a lot of times I've tried to offer healing and it looked like it wasn't really appreciated or received. Well, then we get the answer. You know why? It's really kind of funny. You know why you shouldn't be disappointed if you've offered healing and it hasn't been received. You know why you shouldn't be disappointed if you tried to offer some good stuff to somebody and they didn't receive it. It's not up to you to judge when your gift should be accepted. It's not up to you to determine when your gift, whatever it was, should be accepted. That's deep. You can offer it to me, but you can't determine when you can give me the gift, but you can't determine when I'm gonna unwrap it.
Wow.
I'll say it again. You can offer me something, and I could even receive it from you, but you're not in charge of when I open your gift, or use your gift, or appreciate your gift. That's what we just were told. So don't be disappointed if you give something to somebody and it looks like they didn't receive it. It's not up to you to determine when they should receive it and open it and use it.
Does that go for the post office too?
It goes for everything. It goes for everything. The truth applies to everything. That's what makes it so cool. You don't even have to worry about what does it apply to. Well, if it's included within everything, then you should use it there. Now, if it's outside of everything, don't apply. Everybody with me on that? Because sometimes it looks like I'm outside of everything. It looks like you outside of me, actually. It looks like there's a me, and then it looks like there's a you. Does it look like that to you?
Yeah, it looks like that too.
And because of that, it appears like we are separate, different, and apart, and couldn't possibly be all the same thing, made out of the same thing, and connected to each other in total love forever. Now, there is a tendency to reincarnate with those whom you hate. And you call it not being attracted to anyone in the room. You ever wonder why you're in gatherings like this? We not all over each other, so we just supposed to be thinking the same thing, and it's weird, and it's spiritual, and it's metaphysical, and everybody doesn't really think it, and we think we're alone thinking it, and we find us surrounded by people who just as weird as we are, who want to hear a lot of different new things, and yet everybody's very well behaved. Very few phone numbers will probably be exchanged. You know why? Because we hate each other. So we all decided to incarnate together. Made ourselves think we were bodies. For a little variety, I decided to be black. So that we can all play the game of remembering that we are connected and who we really are together, and that we love each other beneath any kind of grievances that might need to be released. So the Course says people are attracted to the people that they have grievances with. It just blows Valentine's Day all to hell, don't it? Hating you another year. Love you, baby. But it makes sense. It actually, strangely enough, makes sense. It would explain a lot of things about why it's so hard for me to love everybody. I hate them. Now I can be lighter on myself. I can give myself a friggin' break. Of course it's hard for me to love them suckers. I hate them. Now hate sounds like a strong word to most people who really hate. The more you hate, the harder you can't stand the word. So the person that hates the most is the most afraid of the word hate. What is hate? Hate is just a very, 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 very extreme fear. That's all. No big deal. So, first you give a person something, they don't want it, then the Course says don't be disappointed if they don't accept it. It's not up to you to determine when your gift should be accepted, when your love should be. I love you doesn't mean that person has to immediately go, I love you back. You got to let them accept that and give it back whenever they are ready to give it back, right? And then it says, let you be certain that it has been received, because you gave it, but trust that whatever you gave is going to be accepted when it's recognized as a blessing instead of a curse. That's such a beautiful sentence. I say it again. The Course is so awesome. It says, what you need to do after you've given somebody the gift, it's not up to you to judge when their gift should be accepted, but You are to say, I'm certain that I've given it and it's been received, and I'm going to trust that it will be accepted as soon as this person doesn't see it as a curse that I just gave them. Because when you give somebody give you something, somebody gives something to me, I have to really take a moment to evaluate whether or not I think what they just gave me is a blessing or a curse. Did you just ask me to do something that's going to be a blessing to me or a problem for me? Am I, you know what I'm saying? It's like you just said you want to love me. Is that going to be something cool for me? Is that going to be a challenge for me? When I know that what you just given me is not a curse, something that's going to delay me, hurt me, bring me some grievances, then I will accept it.
Can I make a comment?
Just a second. I'm going to throw it open in a minute.
No.
Okay. You don't have to, don't forget now, you don't have to believe everything I say. You don't have to see it the way I see it, anything like that. So I'm not expecting everybody here to agree with me. I'm not expecting anybody here to necessarily believe me, because that wastes a lot of time. Because all of us got points of view, and all of our points of view are valid. All of mine is certainly not the only one. So I know anything I'm saying, there's another way you can look at it. I'm counting on it. That's what makes conversation interesting, is that hopefully somebody will say something that's valuable in a way that you wouldn't think to say it. So rather than you trying to prove to them how wrong they are in what they just said, you'd be glad that you're hearing something different than the way you ordinarily look at things. And that'd be more exciting. But in order to establish my individuality, in order to establish my separateness from you, I've got to always come back at you with an opposing point of view to convince myself that I exist. Because I only know how much I exist by how much I resist everything around me when I think I'm separate and an ego. Because if I'm separate and an ego, I'm constantly trying to prove to myself that I'm special. And the way that I prove to myself is that I'm special is to constantly challenge everything and everybody around me with an opposing point of view to establish the fact that I indeed exist.
Wow.
Isn't that deep?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that deep? No. Hell no. I couldn't remember what I just said. Do you think I remember what I say? Bless your heart. I'm learning just like you. So, before I go into this next part, it's really deep. What was the comment you wanted to say?
Oh, you know, and I'll make this really brief. My name is Bonita Feldman. This is the first time I have been here, and I was drawn. I'm very grateful for this gift that you're giving. I'm less of a good reader, more of a good listener, I believe. So I'm listening to the audio book, Living A Course in Miracles. And when you just spoke about we can give, but it's not our job to make them receive. And you never know when and you have to decide it's a blessing. And it brought to mind to me, I have a son-in-law who works at one of the Sprouts markets, and it's very difficult in a service job because customers hate you. And anyone who's done service, you know how hard that can be. And he actually works in the meat area, but he was helping out at a cash register. And the customer became so irate with him, for whatever reason, I don't know, but the customer looked into my son-in-law's eyes and told him he was going to come across the counter and kill him. My son-in-law, he told me this, and he says, I was shaking so hard. And he said, I knew that it was my job to accept what was happening. And so it was that moment that he accepted the blessing. He decided it was a blessing. So we never know what a blessing really is. And in Living A Course of Miracles, it says, there are times when your enemies are your friends and your friends are your enemies. And that's exactly what you corroborated for me, Earl. Thank you so much.
See, I'm so good, I don't even know what I'm doing.
You know what? you are letting Spirit speak
That's
through
right.
you, and I get that.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
so
Thank
grateful
you.
that I made this today. Thank you so
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you for saying that.
You are a blessing.
Yes.
I accept
Thank
your
you.
blessing. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes people take for granted that you don't want to hear that because they think people are always saying it to you.
I understand it, and that's your choice.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. And notice that it say that the person's going to receive it when they see it as a blessing. So if you gave it as a blessing, then you've done your part. I'm more and more, all the time, I'm beginning to see that if something doesn't happen, I don't know my own best interest. So I can't say that that was not for my benefit. So I'm not as quick now to say something went wrong. You know, so it's not your function to evaluate the outcome of giving whatever you give to somebody. It's not your function to think about what happens to something after you give it away. It's not your function to think of what happens to something after you give it away. It's not your function to think about what happens to something after you give it away. It's your function to give it away. It's like the postman comes to your door and gives you the letter, and he's not concerned about what happens after he gives it to you. Pow! All right. I hope I can make it home by dinner time. That's the way we are. You know what I'm saying? 300,000 people died in the tsunami. Put some ketchup on that.
Right.
Y'all don't think that's funny? One of the hardest things for me as a Coach and Miracle student when I got into it years ago was to get to the point I could laugh at my own selfishness. You know, my own insanity, my own jealousy, my own not niceness, my own guilt, my own desire to attack. Because I used to think being spiritual meant I never admitted to any of those aspects of my own ego. And so when somebody would bring it up, I'd get uncomfortable because they reminded me of something I'm trying to hide. So when somebody reminds you of something that you're trying to hide, then you feel... So once you give it away, you've also given the outcome, because giving the outcome is part of the gift. If I give you love, the outcome of us having happiness together is part of the gift. The outcome is always part of the gift that you give somebody. So you should not be concerned about the result of giving. You shouldn't be concerned. The Court says no one can give if he is concerned with the result of giving. No one can give if they are concerned with the result of giving. Woo! Because your concern with the result of what you have given is going to limit the giving itself. So every time you give something away and you're concerned about it, then you're really not giving anything away. Because you're limiting what you're giving away by the concern you have about what's going to happen to it after you give it. I give you my love, but I'm more concerned about what's going to happen after that than I am in focusing on the fact that I'm giving you love. So I'm not really giving you any love. If I'm concerned about the result of it, I'm limiting the love that I'm giving you.
Whoa.
So every time you give somebody love and you're all concerned about how they're going to receive it, you're not giving them any love. Love includes letting somebody else decide when they're going to receive it. I'm going to get me a cage. Before I teach any more of this book, I'm going to get me a little shield up in front of me because I want y'all to be able to bring tomatoes and throw them. That would be great, wouldn't it, if I really did have one of them? Everybody was like, it wouldn't be a big mess. And every time I said something you didn't like, oh, but... That'd be great, wouldn't it? Then as soon as the tomato hit me, then I go.
Put some ketchup on that.
We got to allow our childlike innocence to be expressed again. Don't fall for the grown-up disease.
Yes.
Please, I know y'all are, I know you think you're adults, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been working out for you.
No.
You might want to go back to your true identities. Children of God.
Yes.
Obviously, God didn't believe in birth control, but a lot of us, children of God. God is hitting it.
Oh no.
So, trust is an essential part of giving. It's trusting. In fact, trusting that when you give something, it's going to be received when it's seen as a blessing, but you're not concerned about when they use it. He says that's what really makes sharing possible. In other words, I'm not going to share with you until I can give to you completely without being concerned about what you do with it. Because if I'm concerned about what you do with it, I'm going to stop sharing because I got too many conditions on my giving. So if I'm ever going to, so the book is saying to you, Earl, if you're ever going to really share with anybody, the first thing you're going to have to do is completely let go of your concern about the result of what you've given, and you're going to have to let go of your concern about whether or not they're going to use it, and when they're going to use it, and if they're going to use it. So you'll never be able to give any love to anybody, because you got too many freaking conditions, dude.
Yes.
And then it says, if you share with that attitude, he says that guarantees that you'll never lose. Like people say, well, how can I make sure I don't lose? That's the reason why I don't want to give. Okay, I'm going to show you how to give without losing. The way you give without losing is to give without having any concern about the result of the giving or determining when the person should use what you have given. Now, if you will do that, then you will never lose from anything you give. And who gives a gift? I just gave you a toaster for your wedding present. Who gives the gift and then remains with the gift? You wake up in the morning and come down in the kitchen, I'm sitting there next to the toaster. I gave you the gift and now I'm going to remain with it. I'm going to see if you use my toaster. And that's what it just said, to be sure, give the gift, then remains with the gift to be sure that the gift is used as the giver deems appropriate. I said, picture this up. The Course in Miracles makes great pictures, really fun pictures, So, I don't know how to break it to you, but if you give somebody something, then you remain with it to be sure that they use it the way you want them to use it. You didn't give to them, you just imprisoned them.
Yes.
That's why people get kind of like leery when you start giving something to them. Because you think it's, you think it's a brand new watch, and what they see is a great big cage with steel claws in it. They know if they accept that gift and you got a whole bunch of expectations behind that gift, that you're going to be imprisoned by the very thing that you said you wanted. Men can really testify to that. Some of my books are, my comments and jokes are time delayed. It's like 3 weeks later, somebody gets what I said. You're like in the traffic. Sometimes it takes a minute to realize what you just heard. Stop imprisoning people. Amen. How am I imprisoning people? Well, let me tell you, dude. The way you imprisoning people is that you give stuff to them, and then you're concerned about the result of it. You're concerned about how they use it. You're concerned about if they use it. You're concerned whether or not they thank you for it. And then you give them gifts, and then you stay with them to make sure the gift is received the way that you want it to be received. That sounds like imprisonment. That's why when some people invite you over too much, or whatever they do for you, you don't feel like you've done something equally, you start to feel self-conscious. Because we got to learn how to receive without looking like we've given anything. That's the next level. It's the gifted level. So how many of you can tell me really quickly, in your own words, anybody, what is the course's definition of imprisonment and imprisoning? What is imprisoning? Staying with the gift.
Giving with expectation.
Giving with expectation.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
Strings attached.
Strings attached.
Expectation.
Expectation is the mother of grievances. Expectation is the mother of grievances. Wow. Now,
I'm trying to control the result.
trying to control the result. Okay, well, here's the question. Take a deep breath for just a second. Breathe with me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
The same thank you thing, you know, the way I was brought up, when someone gives you something.
You said the key phrase.
Yes.
What was that?
When I was growing up,
The way I was brought up.
the way I was brought up.
So go ahead. I just wanted to. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
So you always said you not only said thank you, you wrote a thank you note.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And so now I have grandchildren that I'm trying to teach this to, and it isn't taking.
So you are giving them a gift, but you're trying to determine when it should be received.
Like that, and I think that they should write me a thank you note.
So what you're doing is you're imprisoning your children. You're imprisoning them with your love.
Damn straight.
Okay, just as and as long as you recognize that it is imprisonment, you'll understand why they're not writing you those thank you notes.
Okay, so in my own mind, I need to give it up.
If you really want the gift to be truly given. See, they can't thank you for a gift they haven't received.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they cashed the check.
That's what makes it even harder to receive what I'm talking about. That's why you have to have faith. You said you had dumb grandchildren. You just said grandchildren didn't say thank you. That's right. And, I know, I love it. Don't feel good to tell the truth. Notice I didn't tell her to necessarily do anything any differently yet. But it was just important for her to realize that she was actually seeing the actual living demonstration of what I just got
Well,
from
I
saying.
see it all the time.
Right. And but it wasn't until that moment that I saw that I had never given the gift, and I was expecting people to give me gratitude for a gift I hadn't given, and that's the part of it, and that's why you came in about where they cashed the check. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but he said, don't have any doubt, it's going to be received. He said that too. He said, don't have any doubt, it's going to be received when it's seen as a blessing and not a curse. So they didn't have no problem cashing that check. They saw it as a blessing and not a curse. You see what I'm saying? So it also said that in that section too. That know that your gift is going to be received, but really recognize that your continued concern is imprisonment. But we neglected to say who was the prisoner. And you're thinking the prisoner is the other person. No, the prisoner is you. Because you're the one that's all concerned about whether or not they're giving you thanks and using it and showing you the appreciation you think. So you're the one that's caught up. They're like, how did the movie with that? You all along. You know, they like going, I always remember that the next time you're suffering about somebody else, you know what I'm saying? They're not feeling your pain. They don't even know you're going through it. Especially if they're having a good time and thanking God that they're not with you no more. That makes me mad. To think somebody could break up with me and not really miss me. Boy, that messes with me. Does that mess with y'all too?
Yeah.
Even if you don't want them, you want them to miss you. What happens to me is I get thank you notes. Because of you, I finally know what I really want. That's the comment I always get the most. Thank you, Earl. It wasn't until you that I really realized I want a normal life. So this is deep. Y'all ready to go deeper?
Yes.
How you doing out there? Your eyes okay? This is pretty deep. Y'all okay? Okay, let's just take a 30-second.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can remember anything he said to me, Ray. Healing is a change of mind. Don't imprison yourself with your gifts. Don't imprison yourself with your gifts. I won't imprison myself. Notice what I'm doing. Notice what I'm doing. How I checked out my ego, how my ego was getting ready to take me out. Did you see how I got proactive and said, let me do something that wakes me up, that keeps me focused, that keeps me awake? You got to learn how to stalk your own ego. So when you're getting ready to jam yourself up, you realize the truth of what's happening and you change your mind. So can you give without being concerned about the giving? Can you not be in the kitchen the next morning with your own personal toaster trying to make sure that they use it? Because until you give away without any concern, you have never really given anything away. So you might understand why it seems like you haven't been receiving the appreciation that you deserve to have. You deserve the appreciation, but you would receive the appreciation if you truly gave the gift. You would receive the appreciation if you truly gave the gift. I say you would receive the appreciation if you truly gave the gift. You would receive the gift if you truly gave the gift. And if you're concerned about the result of the gift, you haven't really given the gift. So if you're ready to really give the gift, do it like this, say. Come on, anybody wanna give? Do a symbolic gesture. I'm ready to give my gift. I'm ready to give my gift. Say what? I'm ready to give my gift. I'm ready to give my gift. I'm ready to give my gift. Ooh! Oh, nothing like a boogie break, isn't it? Man, that felt good. Okay, here we go. Do you want to make your gift truly given?
Yeah.
I mean, are you tired of kidding around? You really want the gift given, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is how you do it. You relinquish all concern about the gift, and that makes it truly given. So at the point that I'm no longer concerned about it, then it's going to be, then it's supposed to be not distracting, right? Black man, brown butt, that's not distracting. Thank you, Jesus! Any doubts that I was on my right path? Young lady, you just answered my prayer. I want to have the kind of classes where somebody beautiful can crawl in front of me on their hands and knees with their butt up in there, going down the aisle. Receiving the gift. How did I do? Inconspicuous, that's what that was. People without a sense of humor hate my class. Like hell on earth for them. Get in here. I will have fun on you in a minute. Right. I'm gonna give you a fun shower. Of course, the world would end in laughter. I can see that. I can see that. Fear, he says, fear ends in laughter. And you started out afraid, you end up laughing at the thing you were afraid of. At the, you know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden you're gonna run on one day and see your partner, your mate, or your relative and just be laughing. You don't know why, because you used to be afraid of them. Now you got the correct perception of them, and now they bring joy just for you to see them. Even though they got the same freaking habits they always did. It's not that they changed at all, you did. So now they're cool. Could the problem never have been them? Could it have been me all the time? You mean there was something about my perception that could have been wrong? Do y'all believe that? I could have possibly been the one in error. Since they all changed after I changed. It wouldn't be one thing if one of them changed, but everybody changed after I changed. My children still don't call me no more than they used to, but I'm happy about that. One day you go, oh, my children not calling me. That's a good thing. I mean, they're strong and capable in handling their experience, and they don't need you. That's a sure sign that you know, we need to take some lessons from the animals. In 6 weeks, you out of there. Your parent never checks on you again. So who's the most helpless, us or the robins? I get to see the little robin in counseling going, how's your little robin inner child? My parents kicked me out after 6 weeks. But I got this book for you called A Course in Robin Miracles. So, if I trust that I'm giving, he says, if you trust, that makes true giving possible. If what trust what? I'm trusting that I've given it to you, you will receive it when you see it as a blessing and not a curse. And I'm not going to stick around to make sure that you receive it and use it the way I want you to. So now I'm giving freely with no strings attached. I receive the joy of that immediately, increase my own perception of abundance, and that I can be given to an inside to receive myself even more. Remember, a gift of God is a gift that nobody loses and everyone gains. Oh, something that's real, everybody benefits from it. Something that's not real, you're the only beneficiary. Would you acknowledge yourself in here in this Holy Spirit? And hanging in here with me. Come on, give it up for yourselves now. Yeah, can I have some? I need some. Give me some hands in there. Thank you. Wow. So let's do the financial expression of appreciation while you're in a good mood.
We love you, Earl.
We love you!
So you have no conditions on me, right?
No, we just want you to show up on Sundays.
Oh, okay, all right. That's my pleasure. Thank you for sharing with me. Really, I'm a full-time teacher, and I appreciate that so much. Those on the internet, thank you for your support. You can go to my website, earlpurdy.com, if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation. Thank you so much. And I'm available for one-on-one sessions called Clarity Sessions, where I take my knowledge of astrology, numerology, and A Course in Miracles, and 40 years of working on this kind of stuff and teaching this kind of stuff, and I try to bring it to the situation that you are going through, that you're ultimately going to have to be the one that allows to change. But it's always nice to know the weather conditions, even if you don't know what you're going to be doing that day. And what I give, I'm like your weatherman from God.
Yeah.
Kind of like give you the weather conditions.
Yep.
And guarantee that you will safely make it through the storm.
Yay!
That's a guarantee. We will make it safely through the storm. We already have. So it's a lot easier to enjoy the journey if you look at the end, how it ended up at the beginning. Then you won't be so afraid to do whatever's necessary. You know what I'm saying? So if you already realize and accept that everything is going to be all right, then your life becomes nothing but an observation of the things that you went through for it to be all right. Then your life takes on a whole new perspective. See, I'm living each day now as if I'm looking at what happened to me to bring me to the state of total joy. And part of me coming to total joy and bliss, like these books are promising, was having a Sunday afternoon with you. See, this is all part of it. See, I can see it that way. I can see it as a blessing. And when I see it as a blessing, then I accept your love.
Yeah.
And now it's been truly given and received. I'm going to give you more love than you think you deserve.
I'll take it.
Just don't attack me for it. Please. We have tons that try to attack somebody, some people that love us and treat us lovingly. It's scary. I know how to deal with insanity. A nice guy. What is a nice guy anyway? Anybody got any ideas what a nice guy is?
They're asleep.
Yeah, they're the ones that never get laid.
Never get laid.
You'll hear that 3 weeks from now too. Nice guys do get laid. What y'all really shocked about is I say get laid. Well, maybe some of y'all are my friends and y'all not shocked at anything. The first rule of public speaking is, rule number 1, always remember you're just having a conversation. If you see it as anything else other than a conversation, you'll be scared of public speaking. I'm having a conversation with you. That's the only thing that's happening. There's a lot of you. It's just a conversation. And when I do like that, I can relax and be myself. But when I think I'm up here to be special for you as a teacher, that's scary. It separates me from you and it's not much fun. But if I'm having a conversation with my friends, that's a whole different ballgame. And you don't always see the same way with your friends, and it's not even necessary. So I'm not even expecting everybody to agree with me. Isn't that relaxing?
Yeah.
You know, 'cause I want to get closer to you. I want to feel you as myself. I want to be nothing but a channel for some good stuff to happen to you through. Kumbaya. Kumbaya. This way, or else we do it. Kumbaya. Wow. What's that peanut butter sandwich?
What?
That's a generational joke. There's a whole group of y'all would know what the hell I was just talking about. Talking about Elvis Presley, the great king. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know about Elvis? Yeah. You ain't nothing but a chorus dog. Rocking all the time. Wiggle that leg, they wouldn't even bend it from the waist down. He was risque stuffed in 1956. Now the stuff I see one night on HBO just put blinds me. Things have changed since I was a little boy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Will we ever stop paying for the guilt that we felt back in the 70s for our free love days?
Oh, I got a joke about Elvis. Can I share it?
Yes.
Mrs. Presley, the mother of Elvis, was being interviewed, and the interviewer said, "How do you feel about your son being named Elvis the Pelvis?" She said, "Well, it doesn't bother me much, but I've got that younger son named Enos."
Sometimes I feel like Enos the penis. Enos the penis stains. What you think? I got one line that I'm going to say for a minute before we go out. Just one line. So let yourself hear it. Thank you again for letting me be myself again. I'll say it one more time. thank you for letting me be myself again. So this is what you do. It's the relinquishment of all concern about the gift that makes it given. The relinquishment of all concern about the gift that makes it given. Giving, relinquishing all concern. Let go of all concern about the result of what you just gave. Let go of your concern about what you just gave. Let go of your concern about the result of what you have given. Relinquish all concern about the gift that makes it truly given. It's relinquishing all concern about the gift that makes it truly given. It's relinquishing all concern about the gift that makes it truly giving. It's the relinquishing of all concern about the gift that makes it truly given. It's the relinquishing, the letting go of all concern. So when you give anything, let go of your concern of whether or not the person is going to use it, or when they use it, or if they use it. So if you start to do that, you will start to experience more gratitude coming back to you. The reason why you would be experiencing more gratitude is because you would have truly given the gift. You truly gave the gift at the moment that you relinquished all concern about giving the gift. So finally the gift has been given, and so therefore you can receive. So remember, if you think you are giving and you're not receiving, ask yourself, say, am I really concerned about whether or not they thank me or appreciate me or use it when I say that I want it to be used? Because if I'm not relinquishing all concern about the gift, I haven't really given it to them yet in spirit. I'll say that one more time. It's not that you haven't believed that you have given. You believe that you've given. I don't doubt that for a minute. But the truth is telling us that if you gave it with concern, if you were trying to determine whether they used it or not, and if you are upset because they didn't use your gift, that's not truly giving. If you are still holding the grievance because they didn't treat your gift the way you thought you should, it's not given. If you are feeling bad because you think that you've been had, are you feeling bad because you think you've been had? Are you feeling bad because you think you've been had? Are you feeling bad because you think you've been had? It just means you haven't relinquished all concerns about your gift, which means that your gift is not truly given. You haven't given the gift, you got to give the gift. Don't forget to give the gift, to give, 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 give, Is that right? Would you clap one time like this? Right out the gift over there. You can move anytime you want to. 1 minute of unadulterated joy. Let's go. And you say this to anybody. And go, all that I give is given to myself. The camera. Got your arm in front of the camera. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing I want to end it on. 1 minute, it goes like this. It goes, all that I give is given to myself. All that I give is given to myself. Say what? All that I give is given to myself. All that I give. Now let's give you a big beaming smile. Let's give it to each other. All that I give is given to myself. All that I give is given to myself. All that you give is given to yourself. All that I give is given to yourself. Woo! Yes! You can give it up on this period. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, I do another class. class here called The Way of Mastery, and it's awesome. You're welcome to come to that. So hugs are available, and may the course be with you. That's what I'm talking about. So don't forget to sign the contact list up front if you want to get the video sent to you.